Hey everyone, it's Lynn, of course, from Holistic Health and Wellness. I just wanted to come in. It's Friday afternoon, and I'm sure you're getting ready for the weekend. And I just wanted to give you a few tips because in here we talk all the time about migraines, and I'm all about migraine prevention. So it's really hard when you're in the middle of a migraine for me to give you tips on um, how to get rid of the migraine, especially if it's a really bad one. So I found that the best way to do this is to really work on the migraine prevention portion. And a lot of my posts, of course, have to do with that. And I would love for you all to be more interactive and ask me some questions so that I can go live more often in here and have some specific questions to answer for you. But today I want to talk about some of the things that I do, because most of the things I do that got me to the point that I'm at were really all around the migraine prevention portion. So, as you know, if you've listened to me for very long, one of the biggest things that impacted me was the way that I changed my way of eating so that I eat a healthy lifestyle without processed foods and without the foods that I know that are triggers. So I'm sure you all are fully aware of your migraine triggers, and especially food wise, because most of us are aware of that. Although sometimes keeping a migraine diary or a migraine journal can be super helpful for that, because it does help you to be able to look back over what you've eaten and what you've been doing so that you can more effectively know right away what some of your migraine triggers are that you might not have been aware of. So along the prevention lines, there are quite a few things that I do. So I try to get a massage regularly. I find that a deep tissue massage helps me because stress, as you know, is a big trigger for us. I try to make sure I get enough sleep on a regular basis. And it's always a good idea on the weekends to keep your schedule on track and not and this is really a hard one, because when it comes to the weekends, I'm like probably the rest of you, and I love to stay up late because you've had a busy week, and the weekends are your downtime, and you don't like to think that you're going to waste it with sleep. But it really is more healthy for us as migraine sufferers to have a good 7-8 hours sleep and stick to our regular sleep patterns, and to exercise. That was the second biggest thing that really helped me with migraine prevention. And I'm not talking about vigorous exercising because that can trigger a migraine, but you can do some healthy things like, walking 5 or 6 times a week. That's easy to fit in, especially when the summer's here, and now as the fall's coming, as the evenings are getting cooler for us, it's a great time to be doing that. And, there are things like making sure you're well hydrated, that you're drinking enough water, that we know are very, very important for us as migraine sufferers, to make sure we're getting enough water. So some of the things that I also include, and one of my number one go-tos, is this wonderful little thing here called Past Tense. I am a wellness advocate for doTERRA essential oils. This is absolutely great for muscle tension, head tension. So when I get the onset of, a lot of times my pain begins in the back of my neck or into my shoulders. So this is a roll-on, and I just take a very small amount and roll it onto the back of my neck in the occipital area. That's the very base of your skull. And you can put a little bit on your temples, but it is very strong. Something too that I have tried is to use peppermint oil. You can also get this in a roll-on. This just happens to be what I use because I use it in a diffuser, and I use it very often in water. I like the taste of peppermint water. So this you can also put onto the back of your neck or onto the temples. That will really help. And if you diffuse it in the air, it's a really energizing effect. I still work out of the home a couple of days a week, and the days that I work, I always diffuse this in my office, and some of the girls come by just so they can have a nice sniff of it because it's so energizing and refreshing. One of the other things that is used widely is the lavender oil. So again, this is just a small bottle of oil. You can get this in the roll-on as well. It has a calming effect. Great if you have problems sleeping at night. You can rub a little onto your feet because that's where your pores are the biggest, and it will help you to relax and to sleep better. And something that some people use is this, the frankincense. So frankincense has many, many purposes, but great for anti-aging. But you can also use it, again, to rub into the back of your neck, lightly onto the temples. You can always put these into like a fractionated coconut oil that I also sell that will dilute it a little bit so you can more easily massage it in. But those are just a few of the things that I use as a preventative, but also if I've got headache, muscle tension, any kind of head tension, it's great for using in those instances. So I also want to remind you that I do have available on my website my book that I wrote, Conquering Migraines, Your Guide to a Life Without Pain. So this book is filled with tips on how you can use some natural methods to help you. And then at the back, I've got a bunch of recipes that are migraine-friendly recipes. It's always hard for us as migraine sufferers to know what we can eat. So this book is available on my website. You can download it as a hard copy through Amazon. You can download it as a PDF, or you can download it through Amazon for your Kindle or whatever kind of notebook that you have. So a lot of this is modeled on what I used in my own life to help me turn around my migraine lifestyle, so that, I went from having them almost daily to, like, when our storms come in now here in Florida, then I have to be extra careful. If I know they're coming in, then I can do something in the way of prevention. Also, there is an app called My Migraine Buddy that does keep you updated on when the barometric pressure changes are coming in, so that you can be prepared for them and make sure that you're doing some of the sensible things, like good sleep, good eating, not skipping meals, being hydrated, just all the things that we should do on a routine basis. I also share with you in that book some of the exercises that I do, the stretching exercises and the breathing exercises that really help as a migraine prevention. So I hope that helps some of you. I would love for you to drop some comments under the video. Let me know what you do. Let me know what kind of tips you would like, how I can help you. I have a 4-week migraine program that is self-paced, that goes through step-by-step some of the things that you can do. You can check that out on my website at www.holistic-healthandwellness.com under programs, and it's the 4-week migraine program. Same place you can download a copy of my book under the books tab there. So I hope that you have a great rest of your Friday. I hope that you have a great holiday weekend. For those of us here in the US, it is Labor Day weekend, so we get an extra day off. I think in Europe there's also probably a day off on Monday because the holidays pretty much coincide. This would maybe be their September break. Although I know the kids are going back to school probably, so maybe this is the last weekend before they go back to school. So anyway, have a great weekend, have a wonderful long weekend, and let me know how I can help you under this video. And please feel free to share it, and please feel free to invite any friends that you know that have migraines and headaches into this group so that I can be of service to them. Thanks. This is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness. Have a great weekend. Bye.